Rejection hurts. Whether in a relationship or in any other part of life, it can leave a void so deep that it feels like the world is falling apart. Have you ever experienced this? What many people don't realize is that this painful moment can turn into a powerful opportunity for growth. And no, it's not easy. When doubts start to dominate, with questions like, "What did I do wrong?" or "Why wasn't I enough?" that's when you can discover a strength you didn't even know existed. Let's explore together how to turn pain into learning, how to restore self-esteem, and most importantly, how to use this experience to become an even stronger and more confident version of yourself. What to do when sadness seems unbearable, and how can you regain your joie de vivre? These paths are closer than you might think. Without further ado, let's get started. Acceptance of emotions. When a rejection happens, it's common for a wave of emotions to arise, such as sadness, anger, and frustration. It's important at this point to recognize that these feelings are valid. The first reaction may be to ignore or repress these emotions, but this only leads to more pain in the long run. Allowing yourself to feel what is inside you is the first step towards healing. It's okay to cry or get angry. That's part of the human process. Acknowledging emotional pain is like taking a step forward. When you accept that you are sad or frustrated, you are allowing these emotions to be seen and understood. This may seem difficult, but it is essential. Many people think they need to be strong all the time. However, true strength lies in accepting vulnerability. By validating your feelings, you give yourself the freedom to process pain in a healthy way. During this period, it's useful to find a safe space to express these emotions. It could be through a journal, talking to someone you trust, or even in moments of solitude. The important thing is not to feel pressured to move on quickly. Everyone has their own time to deal with pain. Recognizing your emotions is a fundamental step towards recovery. Emotions can also serve as a guide. They can point out what is really important to you and what didn't work in the relationship. This self-analysis can help you better understand your reactions and expectations. By accepting these emotions, you can find clarity about what you want in future relationships. Finally, remember that accepting emotions doesn't mean getting stuck in them. It's an invitation to understand what's going on inside you and thus begin to walk the path towards healing. This recognition is an act of self-love and self-care, which prepares the ground for new experiences, self-reflection, and learning. After going through the emotional turmoil, it's time for self-reflection. Thinking about the relationship that has ended can be painful, but it is also a valuable learning opportunity. It's a time to look at yourself and what happened. What were the good and bad moments? What could have been different? Asking these questions can help you better understand the dynamics of the relationship. Identifying patterns of behavior is an essential part of this process. We often repeat certain mistakes in relationships without realizing it. By reflecting on what has happened, you can discover habits that are unhealthy and need to be adjusted. For example, you may realize that you have difficulty communicating or that you tend to withdraw in times of conflict. This awareness is the first step towards change. In addition, it's important to consider what you've learned about yourself. Every relationship brings out aspects of our personality that we might not have known about. You may discover that you have more resilience than you thought, or that you need to work on your self-esteem. This self-knowledge is fundamental for future relationships. Reflection can also help clarify what you really want in a relationship. By understanding what worked and what didn't, you become more aware of what you want and what you don't want. This can be a guide for your next choices, making them more assertive and healthier. Finally, self-reflection should not only be seen as an exercise in looking back on the past, but also as a way of preparing for the future. With the lessons learned, you can enter into new relationships with more wisdom and clarity. This learning is a powerful tool that can transform your love experiences. Support networks. After a rejection, it is not uncommon for people to feel alone and helpless. This is when support networks become essential. Seeking the support of friends and family can make all the difference. Talking about what has happened, sharing feelings, and letting off steam can ease the emotional burden that many people carry. Sometimes just knowing that someone is willing to listen is a great comfort. Support groups can also be a great option. Many people go through similar situations, and by coming together, they create a safe space to share experiences. This helps us realize that we are not alone in our struggles. Sharing stories can bring valuable insights and at the same time provide a sense of belonging. It's as if everyone is on this journey together, facing challenges and trying to overcome them. It's important to remember that each person has their own way of dealing with the pain of rejection. Some may prefer silence, while others need a friendly shoulder. Respecting this space is fundamental, but it's also crucial to open up when you feel the time is right. Vulnerability can be a sign of strength, and by sharing how you feel, you can find support and understanding. The presence of friends and family can help distract the mind, offering moments of joy in the midst of sadness. Whether it's going for a walk, watching a movie, or just chatting about trivial things, these moments of lightness are important for emotional recovery. Human connection is a powerful tool for healing emotional wounds. Finally, it's essential to choose who you open up to. Sometimes not everyone is prepared to offer the necessary support. Seeking out people who really care and who can offer genuine consolation is essential to strengthening these support networks. This makes the healing process lighter and more welcoming. Focus on self-care. After facing rejection, self-care becomes a priority. This means taking time for yourself and engaging in activities that promote physical and emotional well-being. Physical exercise, for example, is a great way to release endorphins, the happiness hormones. A run in the park or a dance class can help relieve accumulated tension. It's also important to devote time to hobbies that bring pleasure and satisfaction. Whether it's painting, cooking, or playing an instrument, these activities help to distract the mind and rediscover passions that are often forgotten. Immersing yourself in something you enjoy can be an effective way of reconnecting with yourself and what really matters. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation and yoga, can also be extremely beneficial. They help calm the mind and reduce anxiety, allowing you to focus on the present and accept your feelings without judgment. These moments of introspection are important for better understanding your emotions and how they affect your daily life. Another aspect of self-care is ensuring that you are taking care of your physical health. Eating well, getting enough sleep, and staying hydrated are habits that are often neglected in times of emotional stress. However, a healthy body contributes to a healthy mind, helping you to cope better with the challenges that arise. Finally, self-care should not be seen as a luxury, but as a necessity. By prioritizing your well-being, you are investing in your own recovery and rebuilding self-esteem. Doing this regularly can help create a solid foundation for facing new experiences and relationships in the future. Setting new goals. Redefining personal and professional goals is an important step after facing rejection. People often feel lost or demotivated, but this moment can be an opportunity to reevaluate what you really want to achieve. It's like pausing for breath and thinking, what do I want for myself now? The idea is to use that energy that was previously focused on a relationship and redirect it towards projects that bring satisfaction and personal fulfillment. When setting new goals, it's useful to remember that they don't have to be grandiose or challenging. They can be small daily goals that help build a new routine. For example, someone might decide to read one new book a month or learn a skill they've always been interested in, such as playing a musical instrument. These small achievements will help build confidence and a sense of progress, even if it's in small steps. In addition, it is essential that these goals are specific and measurable. Instead of just saying, I want to be healthier, you could set a goal such as, I want to walk 20 minutes every day. This gives greater focus and makes it easier to monitor progress. Seeing these goals being achieved increases motivation and makes the outlook for the future more positive. Another important aspect is flexibility. Goals can and should be adjusted as life progresses. If a project isn't working out, it's okay to change it or even abandon it. The most important thing is to remain open to new opportunities and experiences. This attitude of adaptation helps to create an environment conducive to personal growth. Finally, when setting new goals, it's essential to celebrate the small victories. Every step taken towards these new dreams should be recognized and valued. This not only brings a sense of achievement, but also helps to keep motivation high. By looking to the future with hope, it's easier to leave behind the pain of rejection and build a more positive and encouraging path. Now that you know the 5 ways to deal with rejection and turn that pain into strength, think, what can you do today to start this healing journey? Rejection doesn't define who you are. On the contrary, it can be the chance you needed to rediscover yourself and grow. Remember, you are much more than this experience. Every step you take towards your healing is an act of self-love. Now share in the comments, how do you deal with rejection? What has helped you move on? Together, we can build a community where self-love and self-knowledge go hand in hand. And if you like this content, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. See you in our next video.